Hey, I was working on my wood stove and fire is going pretty hot now, and I won't be going to church today because I've been sick, dealing with a cough, and I got my son sick. They were doing episodes for me, and they got more views than I did, which I thought was funny. But I got them sick. I don't want to go to church, even though I'm feeling a lot better. I have a deep cough, and you guys probably heard me sniffling the entire time. But I figured to do a bonus. I'm going to be stuck at home, no sacrament, no elders quorum or Sunday school. So here's a 4 extra bonus video. Had a lot of fun making some of these. They don't always turn out exactly how I want them, but they are AI image generated. They're very good. The art detail does pretty much exactly what I tell it to do. This one's called K. Uses 2 mana, 2 colorless artifact. It's a common. And I finished that last video. That was the last of First Nephi. I found, I'm not used to doing YouTube videos. I found that if I go past the 15-minute mark, they might not post. That last one's still uploading and it went past the 15-minute mark, so I might have to go back and redo it. This has artifact, tap, create a food token, or add 2. Oh, that's really good. Only use the 2 on food tokens. Oh, okay. So this is a good common card. You can tap it to create food tokens, or you can tap it to add 2, and food tokens in Magic the Gathering require 2 to sacrifice them. I think you have to pay 2, sacrifice the food token, and then you get 3 life, I think. So here, this thing can create food, or it can sacrifice it. It's, you can create 2, or it can help pay the cost for the food token. I think this is a solid card. If you had 2 of these out, you could be pumping out food tokens and gaining life left and right. You tap this twice, and it's basically 3 life, 3 life, 3 life. I don't know if that's good enough, but I don't know. It gets exponentially better. If you have 3 of them in play, 4 of them in play, it could be annoying. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, which I did this morning, and I'm drinking the Mountain Dew, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, and wine inflame them. I don't know if I'll be continuing until night, but there you have it. Getting up early, drinking strong drink, and wine inflame them. That's a good verse to remember. Iron Bow. 4 colorless artifact equipment. Upkeep 1. Deal 1 damage to blocking creature as equipped creature attacks. And equip 1. Okay. The upkeep is in reference to the arrows. In Magic the Gathering, a long time ago, they would have upkeep mechanics. They're frowned upon now, but you could tell that the card design was, here's something that's annoying, but it does something pretty good. And usually it annoys players because they look at that, oh, this is really good, and then they realize that the upkeep is a pretty good balance for that. It balances it out to where it might not be worth playing. So here, if you equip this to a creature, every time that creature attacks, it will deal 1 damage to blocking creature. I'm guessing to any blocking creature. So maybe any and all blocking creature? It doesn't say creatures. So it seems to me that if you attack and you're not blocked, but someone else is blocked, it can do one damage to the creature that is blocking. I don't know. It's pretty good. Whose arrows shall be sharp and all their bows bent. 2 Nephi 15:28. I hinted towards this. So Nephi leaves the land of Nephi. They have to build a settlement. So the art for this is Nephi, the land of Nephi's settlement. And I have it depicted as the A-frame building of the A-frame style building of the Vikings. I know that there's a lot of people who are like, and even the Vikings got to America before Christopher Columbus. Well, what if they left there and the Nephites were still kind of hanging around? I kind of think that the Nephites, after the last battle, they have this. Okay, here's the logic. We know extremely little, and that's why these theories are coming up. We should have a lot more theories because we know so little of the people of Nephi post Christ visitation. Christ visits them. That's a God coming down to visit the people. During this time, there's 3 men who can't die. So we have 3 immortals who are living among them. Christ, who came, and there's 12 apostles. The church is established. The kingdom of God is set up with the Nephites post Christ visitation. I think this is the time period where a lot of the Norse mythology comes into play. So when you say the Vikings visited, they found America, they found it before Christopher Columbus. Well, what if that's this country, this civilization with 3 men that can't die, the 3 Nephites? They had Christ visit them. So you got the American Constitution. We're setting up the United States. We do it all with blood, sweat, and tears. That we know what that looks like. But do we know what it looks like to have Christ come down, clear out all the wicked, and restart everybody? We don't know what that looks like. In fact, even with the Book of Mormon, we still don't know what that looks like. All we know is that they had 3 generations of peace. And during that time of that 3 generations of peace, I predict they were sailing. And when they say, hey, we found some Viking ships over here, they got over here, I think it's more accurately saying, and I looked this up on AI once. I know AI doesn't know everything, but the idea is that I think you can do DNA markers on trees and forests. And if anyone was able to establish that science, these Viking ships that they find, hey, we got a Viking ship here, oh, they got over here, or was it built there? You could do DNA on the DNA marker on the ship, and then look around for the forest it was built from, and you might be able to find. I don't know how ridiculous that sounds, because I didn't dig too far into the weeds on that, and a lot of the speculation and ideas that came from AI. And AI, I know from other conversations, it doesn't always give you the right information. So that could be here and over there. But I kind of think that those Viking ships found here were built here during the time that the Nephites were being governed by the 3 Nephites, the 12 apostles, and Christ, who would appear to them from time to time. I bring that up because everyone believes that in the church. Nobody thinks about it. But if we can put our own thinking cap on and say to ourselves, there's something there, I believe this book is true, so what the heck is going on during this time period? Now, for this card, Celebrating Settlers. This is way back when Nephi leaves the land of first inheritance. They go north and they create a settlement for the first place for the land of Nephi. That's what this image is depicting. So they're outside. This is their promised land, and they're having kind of like a celebration of their new settlement. Creature, barbarian, townsfolk, common. While in a band, that band has +0, +5. Now this creature by itself does not have band. It is a 6-mana creature. It's a common. Somebody would have to actually want to, like if you're playing the play style where you can only use commons, this could be a very good card. I love that idea. In fact, I thought I came up with it, and then I realized Magic the Gathering already came up with it. So, where the challenge is that you can only use common cards, and your opponent can only use common cards. I think this would be fun for that. And then the scripture says, to build buildings and to work in all manner of wood, and of iron, and of copper, and of brass, and of steel, and of gold, and of silver, and of precious ores, which were in great abundance. 2 Nephi 5:15. Discipline to practice. Now here, this is a shout out to Shadversity. Look at that sword, Shad. You see there that it has a crossguard? I know, AI can't make swords without adding a crossguard. I spent days, I know it sounds funny, but multiple times trying to make an image. And I can go into this right now. You know what? I'm here right now. What you can do here is that there's a tool over here that looks like a stamp. And then I can't see it. Oh, you know what? That didn't change. Okay. Alright. Zoom in. We'll do this here. This is called clone stamp. So you stamp here on the image, and then you just take out what it's doing. Is that it's taking the image from here, and then you can then move it around anywhere you want. So same thing here. Oops. You have to hold Control, click, and now you made a new spot. Let me get through here. Just doesn't look the best, but when it goes to the printer, I don't think you'll tell. But I saw a lot of Chadversity. This is the era. Let's say the swords are made after the manner of the Sword of Laban. Now let's theorize with that with the Book of Mormon. I told you I have them setting up as Celtic, Viking, Pictish people. Highlanders, their culture, if this is true, they are known for using claymores. There we go. There. Now it's gone. Save on this. And forever, the claymore will no longer be tainted with the crossguard, as we know that the crossguard isn't invented until later on. So here we go, discipline to practice. 4 colorless, 1 red, enchantment, common. These are coming from my common folder, so I have a folder full of commons. Your creatures gain +1 renown. They bolster 1 as they attack. That's actually very good, but the mana value is high. So it's very good, but it costs a lot to get that out. And it's not the greatest. So that's cost a lot. Once it hits hit play, it still might not be good enough. If ye cannot understand them, it will be because ye ask not, neither do ye knock. Wherefore ye are not brought into the light, but must perish in the dark. And this is depicting the Nephites in the land of Nephi practicing with their swords. And this, I think, is post discovering who the Lamanites are. Thanks for watching.